I ask you young people tonight, what is your relationship to your parents? Is there communication between you and your parents? Now, the Bible teaches that young people and children and young adults in the home are to obey the parents in the Lord. And even when you get older, you don't have to obey your parents after you have gone away from home and you're 21 or 22. You don't have to obey them in everything, but you're always, as long as you live, you're to honor your parents. You're to honor your parents even when you're up in years. And then when they get old, you're to take care of your parents. You don't hand them over to the state and get rid of them. You know, we have everything turned around in America from the rest of the world. If you go out to China, you go to Japan and places like that, they honor old age. They look forward to the day when they can take care of their elderly parent.
You see?
That's that
now
old
this,
time preaching.
and this is old. This is Billy Graham. This is old. He's not even with us anymore. But this is Billy Graham talking about. So they were putting people sending them to the state back then. I mean, and he was talking about, look, even Billy Graham. If you ever want to believe me, listen to him, because a lot of you guys listen to Billy Graham. He's a Christian, right? But even Billy Graham even said that we should be taking care of our children. I mean, taking care of our fathers, our parents when they're old. See, when I was told to put my dad into assisted living, Billy Graham probably was already gone by that time, and things are changed now. Now they don't even, what Billy Graham said would be considered a taboo now. What do you mean, take care of them? And he was even talking about what they do in other countries. In other countries, they take care of their parents, but in this country, we just literally just put them in a home. Matter of fact, just in this area alone in Green Bay, they have put up so many, because of the baby boomers, they have put up so many homes for the elderly, assisted living, senior living. I mean, there's so many being put up because it's a multi-billion-dollar business. That's how many people are putting their families into these homes. They go into these nice neighborhoods because they know that they're not going to put in the poor folks. They're going to put in these nice neighborhoods because they know that the people got the money and they want to live their life. They want to go on their vacation. They want to do the things they want to do, and that they need a place so they can feel good by putting their family into these nice assisted living. But they don't, just because it looks nice doesn't mean like they're getting the same type of care. I'm telling you, it's not the same. It's not the same like what they. I really believe if my dad was in assisted living, he wouldn't be alive today.
There's a lot of elderly abuse and neglect.
A lot of elderly abuse. Sitting in your urine, sitting in your shit until they get to you, you're buzzing the thing. And then you, when it's me as the son, I'm coming there to see my dad probably won't tell me what's really going on, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be gone and he's going to be left there. And so he's torn. Or this, oh yeah, your dad, he doesn't know, you know. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on like that all the time. I would not recommend people putting their parents in any type of home. You put them in your home and you take care of them.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to take care of your father better than you can as a son.
And this is the beauty about at least Straightway, that we have communities. See, we could take care of our elderly because we're set up for that. But if you're on your own, you live by yourself, isolated individual, you can't. It'll be very hard, because I've done it. I know what it's like. I did it. I tried to do it, even though I had the means to do it. But I knew it was my duty to take care of my dad, and I even made a room just for him. I made that room knowing that when my dad got to a point where he couldn't do it no more in California, he was going to move here, and I was going to take care of him.
Yep. And
it was the Christian church that kept my ex-wife at the time kept murmuring, complaining. Then coming from this angle, because she's talking behind my back, saying that, trying to show me biblical ways, like, hey, David had somebody, even King David, they had that woman take care of him. It wasn't like King Solomon was there literally taking care of his father. I said, oh, and that's when I kind of in my mind, they're like, okay, because I kind of got deceived using the word. That's true. It wasn't like King Solomon was there, because I was literally taking care of my father. Like, I was literally like doing everything that needed to be done for my father. I did that with these hands. Yes. I didn't have anybody. And when I needed a break, I needed a backup. I had to hire somebody to come in. That's where we get Brother Roger. And Roger came in, used to relieve me so I can get some sleep, because I'll be waking up every hour. I wouldn't get any sleep, literally. And I had to work during the day, and I wasn't getting any sleep during the day because I had to work, and I wasn't getting any sleep during the night because I had to take care of my dad. And so when I took him to assisted living, it was more for me so that I could still function because I needed help. But in the Nigerian culture, I'm just telling you, just in the Nigerian culture, but I can now say straightway culture, is that we live in an environment where we can have help. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So living on community is more conducive to take care of the elderly. You won't see that in Christianity. They're going to suggest you put your dad in a home, and they won't even give you the money. They won't even give you the money or even fund having your dad in home. They'll say, hey, just go to Social Security, go to see what the government have. And then they'll put them in even a poorer place than that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm thankful for Straightway Truth Ministry. Like I said, like, yeah, I have money. I could have paid for this stuff, but man, I tell you, being in community and living this lifestyle is so much more beneficial for all types of family dynamics, from taking care of the elderly, from taking care of widows, from taking care of the fatherless, from taking care of just women in general. I mean, I've seen the whole thing. I mean, this polygyny lifestyle, all of this stuff is more conducive for building a nation. This forced monogamy, one man, one woman only, everybody on their own individual plot, paying taxes, paying their own bills, living separate lives is not conducive. It's not conducive for nation building. It just keeps you divided so that the government come in and control you.
That's it. Yep.
So thank y'all, man. Pastor Dow, man, he's a genius. What he did, what he started 20, 30 years ago, man. I tell you, I mean, and obviously y'all put that on him, and he was obedient. He kept it going to the point where people like us, when we finally came into the picture, we were able to see like, wow, look what he's doing here. And now we're doing it. I'm doing it. I'm the head of a community, Straightway community, one of the Straightway community here in Wisconsin. So anyway, but look, that's Billy Graham, Christian. Yep, he's a Christian, full-blown Christian. But that was an old Christian. That was back in the days when they honored the elderly. That's when he came from a generation where patriarch was the way. But now, if Billy Graham, I bet you his son wouldn't talk like that. I bet you Franklin Graham wouldn't talk the way his dad talked back then, because we live in different times now, and he's a Christian too. That wouldn't be accepted. He would be ran right out of the church. He would be ran out of his own church, or the church would just abandon him if we start talking like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. All right, let's see the next one.
Yeah, we got a couple more here.